Hi, Lauren.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us from Tunisia. You can introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your background.
Okay. My name is Lauren Tetz, and I am a middle school science teacher here at the American Cooperative School of Tunis in Tunisia. My background is in science. I'm actually a scientist. I have a PhD in toxicology, and I worked as a scientist for 12 years before changing my career, moving into science education. Before I worked in Tunisia, I was at the Columbus School in Medellin, Colombia. And I was also teaching middle school there and working with the NGSS standards there as well.
All right, so you just got to a new school, you got a new curriculum handed to you, and with your NGSS background and all the skills you've gained in kind of evaluating and vetting what works for students and what is and isn't NGSS, I'd love for you to take a look at our vetting tool. Share my screen. And if you could just tell us, kind of walk us through your thinking around if the Stanford Scale curriculum that you're using in middle school sciences there, if it fits those good to grow criteria, or if there was anything that stuck out as something you needed to develop, modify, or discard from the curriculum.
Okay. So one thing I really, really love about the curriculum is that they always use an anchoring phenomena that is super relevant and interesting for kids in middle school. For example, designing a biosphere for the next Hunger Games movie, or kind of dissecting how is it that we're able to move or kick a ball or throw a ball in sports. How is it that our body is able to move objects? So I really love the relevance of the phenomena, and that the units already and the lessons always start with a phenomena. One thing that I think could be improved is that in the curriculum, they do discuss cross-cutting concepts, and there are some direct questions about cross-cutting concepts, but I think that there could be more direct tools and places in the curriculum and in the assessments where cross-cutting concepts are more directly taught or assessed. So one thing I think I would add, and I'm planning to add, is some graphic organizers or tools for the students to really dig in and understand, for example, cause and effect or systems thinking, along with the learning of the core ideas and the practices.
Okay, and if you were to think about the science and engineering practices and how those come through in the units from Stanford Scale, I'd love to hear this question in general, but especially because your background is in science, in environmental toxicology, and are those practices present? Does it feel like the students are engaging in real science?
Yeah, so, scientists, they always start with something that they're super curious about. And, you start with an observation, you start with something that you see in the world, and kind of all of the content and the concepts kind of fall into place from that original place of curiosity. So, and then it's open-ended, right? Wherever your curiosity leads you is where you go. And I do feel that there is some of that space provided for students to kind of have choice, or for their thinking to kind of go in different directions, which is very authentically science. So I do feel that the NGSS standards and then also this curriculum allows space for students to develop their own ideas and thinking and take the direction that they want to go with their learning.
All right, thank you so much for those reflections. So just in listening to you, I would probably check off yes to SEPs. It sounds like the cross-cutting concepts are present. Disciplinary core ideas, yes, you love the phenomena, it seemed relevant. I might say, like, in terms of listening to you and your desire to make sure that the cross-cutting concepts are clear and really something that your students understand, that maybe you'd add more formative assessments. You said like the graphic organizers or tools and scaffolding. So
Yeah.
this is overall like a good to go unit. You like it, but you'll be responsive to your students, and you'll probably weave in ways of making the cross-cutting concepts a little clearer and a little more explicitly instructive to students.
Yes, for sure. You got it. Yep.
Thanks. Thank you so much again for joining us from Tunisia. I know we have like a 6-hour time change going on. So thank you and have a wonderful day. Happy NGSSing.
Thank you, Britta. Bye.
Bye.